Hey everybody, Funky Professor here, coming at you with my first episode in the Let's Play series I'm going to be doing on Besiege. Now, if you're not familiar with Besiege, it's a really cool machine building game. If you like games like Minecraft, Terraria, Starbound, you're probably really going to like Besiege. Now I picked this up for, it's only $6.99 on Steam. Right now it's in early access, at least at the time of this video. And you're definitely getting your money's worth for $6.99. So what you're seeing here, this is the title screen. You can see, which is already pretty cool. You've got this cool little planet here that you can control and maneuver. Each of these islands, it looks like, is going to be a different set of levels, even though there's only one island that's unlocked right now. And then it's got a moon over here, which is also under construction. And then this, which is the Sandbox Mode. And I'll show you that a little later on in the video. So you can also see we've got some options in here, which is pretty basic. You got your resolution over here, and frankly some abbreviations that I don't understand. But what I do want to touch on in here is the shadows and the blood. Now the shadows you can turn off if it's being a little taxing on your computer. This game can get pretty pretty resource intensive, depending on what you're doing, and also on the blood. Now I'm going to keep the blood off for this Let's Play series just so I don't traumatize any of my younger viewers, but I'll leave a link in the description to my buddy Diesel's video. He's got some videos on Besiege that the blood is on, and you can see that it does get pretty bloody if you leave that on. So without further ado, let's get out of the options menu and I'm going to show you the main game. Okay, so this is the first level of Besiege here, and I figured the best way to show you the game is to just build a kind of a little contraption and show you how everything works along the way. So what's going on here is we've got this green block right here, and that's what we're going to build our machine off of. And then this house right here with the big arrow that says destroy, I'm sure you've already guessed it. That's what we've got to do. We've got to destroy that house. Now, this box with the dotted line around it, that's the area that we have to build our machine inside of to be able to complete the mission. Now, if we wanted to, we could take that off and we could build a machine as big as we wanted, but then it wouldn't count as completing the mission if we don't build it inside of there. So let's leave that on for now. And down here at the bottom, this is where all of our materials are that we can build a machine out of. So right now, this is just the basic materials that we can use, and let's just build a couple of blocks here. And I'm just using right click to move the camera angle around. You can zoom in and out, and you've actually got full control if you just use WASD. And if you get the camera all messed up like I tend to do all the time, then you can just hit this button and reset the camera. Alright, so I've just built, and this machine that I'm building is going to be super simple. So I've just built a couple of blocks coming out here, and we're going to throw some wheels on just like that there. Now, down here at the bottom, like I said, we've got a few different categories. So one of the categories here is armor. You can use these to kind of strengthen up your machine so that you can ram through some things, you can take some damage. You can see there's armor for your wheels. I think it just makes the machines look way cooler too, if you got them all armored up. Now, weight is a factor in this game. This game is amazing with the physics. Its physics engine is awesome. So it is going to take the weight into, like I said, into a factor. So armor is going to weigh it down, but it's going to make it way more durable. So as you can see, I just slapped some armor on there. And you also saw I was rotating the armor as I was going as well. And if you just press R, you can rotate anything that you got as well. So down here, there's also flight. I'm not going to mess around with any of this. I'll probably do this in a different video as well. And then on to weaponry. Now this is some of the fun stuff. Let's see. I'm going to put a cannon Let's rotate that. Let's put a cannon right up there. That seems pretty good. But you can see we've got spike balls, metal blades, which is just like a big sword kind of thing, a big saw, spikes, cannons, as you can see there, flamethrowers, torches that you can use to light stuff on fire. This is a holder that you can then put in like bombs. It's got a flaming ball, again, to light stuff on fire. Just your old, regular, old-fashioned, everyday boulder. And this is stuff that you can use as a catapult. So you put like a bomb in the holder, and then you can actually use some of the stuff in the mechanical side here, like this spring, and along with a hinge, which I believe is in basic. Oh, no. There's a hinge around here. There it is. In blocks, you can use a hinge along with a spring like this to make a catapult. And so you can launch like the bombs or the flaming balls or the boulders, or really all sorts of stuff if you get creative. And I'll show you some of that later on as well. So let's go ahead and in the mechanical here, like I said, there's other kinds of wheels as well. You've got cogs. You can make all sorts of crazy stuff in this game. I'm telling you, if you get creative, you should see some of the builds online, and it's cool. You can actually import some of those builds into your world and play with them as well. So, but let's see. I'm going to put a piston on the front of here just to kind of show you how it works, and let's just throw a metal spike on there for good measure. And let's see, I think that should be good for this build right now. Now, up at the top here, I'm going to just kind of run through some of these. At the top right, this is just the main menu screen, so this is how we would get back out. And we've got a settings screen right here, so you can turn the music on and off, and just your various settings. The button next to it, as you saw, is going to let you just reset the camera. This is a controls list, so it just gives you a list of the controls. This is machine info. This is really handy. So this is telling us that the machine that we have right now is 20 blocks, and this is going to show us the center of mass. So if I click this, it gives us a dot, and that's the center of mass. So it doesn't matter a whole lot for this build because, like I said, it's pretty simple. But as you build, so let's see. If I was to move this out, you see the center of mass is moving as I build this out. So super handy there. And let's just put that armor plating back. And let's see, so this is view key mapping. Now this is also very handy. This is telling us that the wheels right here, if we press up, it's going to make the wheels go up, and down is going to make the wheels go in reverse. If we press C, that's how we're going to use the cannon right here, and H is how we use the piston right here. So that's what this does, is it's just showing you what the keys are to each one. Now this one right next to it is going to let us destroy the machine, so we don't want to do that right now, but that would just take it back to the green block that we had in the beginning. And then this right next to it, this lets us actually change the key mapping. So if I click that, I click on the wrench, and then one of these wheels right here, see, it's going to bring up this screen, and so I can adjust the speed of the wheel. I can make it go faster or slower, and then I can also change what button actually makes the wheel go forward. So if I make this, I believe I make the left one right and then left, and then make the right one left and then right, and so that should let us actually steer the machine here. Now the button next to it up top, this is a race block. So if you don't want to just press X, which I think that's a much easier way to do it, is you can just hover over something and then press X, and you can erase it that way. But if you click on the eraser here, it puts it in erase mode, and then if you can just click on it, and the stuff will go away. Over here, you also have an undo and a redo. So let's say you accidentally erased those and you didn't want to, you can just hit undo, and it's going to bring that back. And so you can hit undo again, and it'll bring that one back as well. Now, you can also redo, which will just redo what you undid. So it's just Control Z and Control Y. But it's super handy, especially when you're building super big machines and stuff's getting complicated. It does make it really easy, and plus it makes it easy to kind of experiment with stuff as well. So next to it over here, this is how we can actually move the machine up and down or left and right in the box here, and then This button is going to let us rotate the machine, so we can hold this down and then rotate it just like that there. And this button lets us set the machine on the ground. So all pretty straightforward stuff right there. Over here we can save the machine. So let's just save this as let's see, Funky Machine, and then we can just hit save. And so now we have our Funky Machine saved, and then we can load, and we can see, you see I've got a bunch of other designs already, but we've got Funky Machine right here. Now if we were to, let's just destroy that machine, and so we're back to just the green dot here, or I'm sorry, the green block, we can then go in and load our Funky Machine, and bam, we've got that back. So let's turn off our center of mass there. And I think it's time to destroy us a house. So one last thing that I didn't show you over here, this is a key slider that's going to let us adjust the time scale, so we can speed it up so make time go super fast, or slow it down to get some cool slow-mo shots. So I'll show you how this works. Now this is just the build mode that I've been in the whole time, but if I press spacebar, that's going to take us into the actual game, and that's going to let us actually use the machine. So you see I'm just pressing left and right, and it's letting us control the machine. I press forward, and the wheels are going forward, backwards, and you see I'm controlling the machine. Now if I press forward, left, and right, all the wheels are going forward, and so that's the best way to make the machine go anyway. So as you can see, the time scale is the only thing that's left, along with a few controls on the right as well. You can still reset the camera, but we can. So I'll show you if you speed it up. Now you see I'm going super fast. All right, because it's going double the speed as what it was before. So let's just get back towards there. And now if I slow it down, and it's convenient, we've got these little markers here too, so you can just click on this for 200, this for 100. Now let's slow it down, say, to around 25%. 24%, that'll work. So now you see we're going in super slow motion. Let's just kind of zoom in a little bit. And like I said, you can get some pretty cool shots doing this and getting the slow-mo going. My man Diesel gets some really cool videos going with the slow motion. So let's destroy this house. Bam. Alright. So this is just the tip of the iceberg in what you can do in this game. You know, like I said, there's some really crazy builds that are out there online, so I highly recommend checking some of those out. And I'll show you the sandbox mode real quick here. So let's just load into this. So we've still got our funky machine that we made, and this in sandbox mode, as you can see, is just a huge kind of obstacle course. It's got a bunch of crazy stuff going on. You've got guys over here that you can test your contraption on. You've got a tower that you can blow up. You've got ramps that you can go across. You've got a big roller over here, which is always fun. You've got a little town over here with some bombs that you can sabotage. So you can have a blast in the sandbox mode as well. And you're probably going to end up spending quite a bit of your time in the sandbox once you've completed all the levels, all the 15 levels that are out right now, at least in the early access. So anyway, that does it for me. I think that does it for the first episode of my Besiege Let's Play. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to leave a comment and subscribe to the channel, share the video with a friend, all that fun stuff. And of course, until I see you guys next time, you know you gotta keep it funky.